that I will receive because I'm now in right standing with God because of what I accepted that Jesus Christ done on Calvary for me. But the Bible says also that I'm going to receive a crown of life. My friend, there's one of two places that you will spend eternity. It's either going to be hell or it will be heaven. There's no other in between. There's no gray or middle area. There's nothing after this life. The Bible says that it's once appointed unto man to die, and then after that is the judgment. God is going to stand and He will judge mankind for everything that they have done. And if He opens that book and He begins to read the roll, and your name is there, my friend, you get to enter into that place called heaven. And that's where you will receive that crown of life, where you will live eternally with Jesus Christ. Amen. Far separated from the things of this world. But if He opens that book, my friend, and you're here today and you're lost, if He opens that book and your name is not there, the saddest words that you will ever hear in this life: depart from me, for I never knew you. Amen. And the Bible says that you will go to a place that Jesus preached more about. And there's more of a glimpse of what that place is than there is of hell. Amen. Jesus taught more about hell than He did anything. There's more description of that place called hell than there is of heaven. Now, I know that it talks about heaven and the gates and the walls and all those things, the gold street and the river and the tree. I know there's those things, but Jesus preached more, and there's more description of an awful place that is a secondary place that you will go if you stand before God and your name is not in the book. That's right. That crown of life that would be set there for you, He will say, depart from me. I never knew you. And the Bible says that you will go to a place of weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. That the Bible says that Jesus was preaching to him about, and there was a man that went to that awful place, and He said, would you just send that man across that he can dip his finger in water and cool my tongue? For I am in torment. Yeah, that's right. Torments. He said, it can't be done. There's a great gulf fixed. You can't come here. They can't come to you. He says, well, would you do this at least? Send him back to my house. He said, I've got 5 brothers and I don't want them to come to this awful place. My friend, when you enter into that place, there's no hope. There will be no escape. There's no way out. And it's all because of the decision that you will make in this life. Well, preacher, I'm not deciding to go to hell. If you decide not to accept Jesus Christ, that's a decision that you make. If you hear Him calling you today and you turn away, today might be the day that you step into eternity. That's right. And if today is the day that God is calling you and you step through them doors and you didn't accept His call and you step into eternity in your sin, that will be your home for all eternity. You will live forever somewhere. It will either be heaven or it will be hell. And the Bible says that one day after a while that death and hell will be offered up and they'll be cast alive into the lake of fire, which is the second death. So my friend, that's an awful place to gamble and pass responsibility off to. But He says, listen, I've got a crown of righteousness, I've got a crown of life, and I've got a crown of glory. My friend, I look forward to that day. I look forward to the day when I can finally lay the burdens of this life down. I can lay down the troubles and the trials and the tribulations. Satan ain't no more over in that land. He comes at me daily, my friend. He tries me and pushes me. He always brings that old man up. But I always have to remind him that he was crucified years ago with Jesus Christ on Calvary's cross. And Jesus called me into a new life. My friend, there's good things still to enjoy in this life. There's still some good prizes that God has in store for us here. He said, I want you to have life and have it more abundantly. He says, I've got joy for you. I've got peace. I've got rest. And more importantly, it's an assurance in this life that, my friend, that one day after a while, when we lay these troubles down, that God Himself is standing there in glory and we can go to that place. My friend, I don't know where you're at today. I don't know what situations that you've been in life. You don't know where I've been. We could swap stories and I could tell you things that you've never faced. You could tell me things that I've never faced. But I believe that's why we go through situations in life. God uses those to be able to witness to other people. That I was in this valley, I was in this situation, and God brought me through. And it's the same thing He can do for you.
Yeah.
If you don't know what God's calling you into, He's got a purpose for you.
He sure has.
I'm telling you, my friend, you may think it's just something little, something small, whatever you may think it may be. He's got a charge for you. He's got a purpose. He says, and I want you to make full proof of it. He said there are going to be challenges you're going to face. It's hard to step out on faith. It's hard to take God at His word, not knowing what's to come. But He says, if you just believe me and accept the charge, when you face the challenges, He says, I'll always be there with you. He said that when, just like Paul, one day after a while, you can finally say, I've completed my race. And I've finished my fight. And hopefully along the way, you've taken up somebody that you can pass that responsibility on to. If you don't have somebody in your life that you're pouring out into and encouraging like Paul done to Timothy, I encourage you to find somebody. Find somebody that you can encourage and lift up, that you can feed off of each other. That's what we're here for. God, when Jesus sent His disciples out, He sent them out in two. He didn't send them out by themselves. But because He knew that they needed each other. And that's what we're here for, is for each other. But He says, I've got a charge for you. You'll face challenges, but I'm here with you. There's nothing that you will face that I cannot overcome. He says, and there will be a time that you can lay it down. You can finally let go. And you can step into glory, where then you can receive the prize. I told you, if you don't cross the finish line, you don't get the prize. If you give it up, there's no prize.
That's right.
But if you continue on and you fight and you go and you continue to walk, I'm telling you, my friend, it's hard. I know it is. But Jesus said, I will be with you. There's nothing I would call you into that I don't believe that you're able to do. There's nothing that never has God called anybody into a work that He did not equip them to be able to do.
That's right.
I struggled with my call to preach because I hated getting up in front of people, and I did not like to talk. And I said, God, whatever you have me to do, as long as it's not that. We bargained with you. As long as you don't ask me to do this, I'll do whatever else you want me to do. But you see, His plan is perfect. And His purpose that He has for you, it takes faith to step out. So I want to encourage you today, Christian friend, if you're here today and you don't know what God's calling you into, listen to Him. And He'll show you what it is that He has in store for you. You'll face challenges, you'll face troubles, but He says, I'll be with you. And one day after a while, you can lay it down and you can finally rest over in that place called glory. But I want to tell you, my friend, if you're here today and you're lost, you're running a losing race. You're fighting a losing battle. You're trying to go through this life on your own, thinking that you can face Satan and the tribulations and temptations that he has, and you never will. He's too good. He's good at what he does. But I'm telling you, if you give your life to Christ, if you hear Him calling you today, my friend, don't take that lightly. That's a very big deal. If Jesus Christ is speaking to you today, if God is talking to your heart, if you feel Him speaking to you, that is a big deal.
Amen.
And I want to tell you today, if you just accept that gift, everything else, He'll be right there with you. I'm telling you, my friend, if you take the first step for Him, every step the rest of the way He'll make with you.
That's right.
So I want to encourage you today, as Brother Esau, as they get out of the choir or Case family, if they want to come back, Brother Tim, would you all care to come back? Give us a verse of a song. I want to encourage you today. If you're here today and you're a Christian, that's not a question in your mind. But you feel like God is calling you into something and you don't know what it is. I encourage you today to just cry out to Him and listen to Him. And He'll show you what it is that He has in store for you. He'll place you where He wants you to be. And my friend, every challenge you face, He'll be right there with you. But if you're here today and you're lost, I want to challenge you. Here's a challenge for you. Here's your first challenge for your new walk with Jesus Christ. Will you accept His gift? Or are you going to turn it away again today? As they begin to sing. Would to God that you come today. Can we all stand today?